सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Okay, Sairam everyone. So we will just go over the verse which we did last week, Suprabhatam verse, and then we will move on. This is the verse which we had looked at last week. I will just go over once. Deshantaragata Buddhastava Divya Murtim Sandarshana Bhirati Samyuta Chitta Vritya Vedokta Mantra Pathanena Lasantyajasram Shri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam. So the meaning of this was that Deshantaragata, from all countries, everywhere, from various different countries, people have come. Buddha, the wise people. Tava Divya Murtim Sandarshana Bhirati. Tava means your Divya, divine Murti form, divine form, your divine form. Sandarshana Abhirati. Sandarshana means to have darshan, that good darshan or auspicious darshan or divine darshan. Abhirati means with great desire. Samyuta chitta vritya. That is samyuta means combined with, or it's okay. Samyuta chitta vritya, with their mental memory, or they want to. That is the nature of the mind. You can say the nature of the mind is combined with that desire for having a darshan of your divine form. Vedokta. Vedokta. So what are they doing? Vedokta mantra. Vedokta means what is said in the Vedas. Ukta means said. Mantra. Mantras. Pathanena. They are studying. By that study. By the study of the mantras stated in the Vedas. Lasanti ajasram. So they are shining. They are they're effulgent, they are filled with light, you can say, emitting light, emitting brightness. Ajasram, without any intermission. So that means they have been studying without intermission the mantras stated in the Vedas. Patanena means to study, to read, to recite, all that is meant. Through that process, they themselves are, so the people who have come abroad, from abroad, apparently they are chanting the Vedas and studying it. And through that process. So these are different reasons given so that the Lord will manifest. It also means by doing that, we can also manifest divinity. So that's what we saw last week. So we will go to the next verse in Suprabhatam. I will read it once and then we will go letter by letter and word by word. Look at the meanings. Shrutva tavadbhuta charitram akanda kirtim vyaptam vigantara vishala धरातलेऽस्मिन् जिज्ञासुलोक उपतिष्ठति चाश्रमेऽस्मिन् श्री सत्यसाई भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम्. So we'll go line by line, look at each letter. So the first word is Shrutva. The first letter is Shru, which is a compound consonant with the vowel U. Ish, Ir, and U. I think I made a mistake. 1 second. Ish, Ir, and U make Shru. The next letter is also a compound consonant made of It, Iv, and A, which is a longer akara. Itva. Shru, Itva. Shrutva. The next letter is Ta. It's It plus A is Ta. The next letter is Va. U plus A, longer one. Va. The next letter is a compound consonant again. Id, Bhu. Okay. Id is first letter. Ub, which is the fourth letter in the Pa Varga, so which is aspirated. The Id is actually a third one, so it's not aspirated. It doesn't have extra air. Whereas Ub is the fourth one in the Pa Varga, so it has to be given a little extra air. Id, Bhu. Okay. So that Ub and U. So it's Id, Bhu. Bhu. Okay. The next letter is Ta. It plus A gives us Ta. Tavad Bhuta. The next letter is a compound word itself, but we'll start with the first letter, which is Cha. Ich plus A gives us Cha. The next letter is Ri. Ir plus E gives us Ri. The next letter is Tra. I think we have come across this quite a few times, but no harm in going over. With Ir and A gives us Tra. Charitra. Okay. The next letter is Ma. Plus A gives us Ma. The next letter is Ka, which is the second letter in the Ka Varga. Uk, A gives us Ka. So with an extra bit of air, you have to say it Ka. The next letter is a compound consonant again. which is made up of n, which is the na which you say when your tongue is raised up, pointing upwards. Na, n, da. The da is also the same. It's pointing up. Da, n, d, and a. Nda. Okay. Khanda. The kha is with extra bit of air. Okay. Khanda. The last word is kirtim. Ki is the first letter. Ik plus e gives us ki. The next letter is a compound consonant made of ir, ith, e, and anuswara at the top. Kirtim. So I hope you all remember. Ir, the hook at the top here is ir. This is ti, and the anuswara is there. Irtim. Kirtim. Okay. So that's the first line. We'll go over to the second line. Vyaptam digantara vishala dharatalesmin. Okay. The first word actually, some people, many people say it as vyaptam. That's also not incorrect, but we will look at it when we look at the meaning. I will discuss it more from a point of view of grammar also. Okay. The first letter is vya. It's made of 3 letters. It's a compound consonant. Uv, e, and a. Uvya. Vya. The next letter is again a compound consonant made of up, ith, a, and anuswara. Uptam. Vyaptam. If you are saying vyaptam, this a becomes a longer one, a, and it will become uptam. Okay. The next letter is the. Id plus e gives us the. The next letter is ga, made of ig plus a, ga. The ga. The next letter is inta. In, it, and a is inta. The next letter is ra. Ir plus a gives us ra. Diga intara. Digantara. The next word is vishala. Starts with the letter V. U plus E gives us V. The next letter is Sha. Ish plus A gives us Sha. Visha. The next letter is La. Is Il plus A gives us La. Vishala. The next word is also a compound word, but we'll start with the letter first, the. This, oh sorry, I made a mistake. One second. I'll just stop sharing for a second. So the next letter is id plus a gives us the. It is the fourth letter in the ta varga. Id plus a. If you all have printed, please make a correction. I made a mistake there. It's id plus a, the. The next letter is Ra, which is made up of Ir plus A gives us Ra. Dha, Ra. The next letter is Tha, which is made up of It and A, Tha. The next letter is Le, Il plus A gives us Le. Tha, Le. The next one, if you see, it is like an S. Okay, that is called an avagraha. For anyone who wants to know what it is, maybe I'll just type here in English so that sorry, okay, sorry. I guess you can see. So this is called avagraha. So what I will do is okay, that's the way it is. It actually stands for A. So it actually it's called avagraha. Okay, and wherever A comes in a sandhi, that sign is used. You can say that writing is used. It can be called a letter also, but usually it is silent. In common Sanskrit language, it is silent. Okay, so the way we read it is dhara talesmin. We don't say dhara tale asmin. Okay, that's because of a sandhi. Normally, a vowel will not come in between, in the middle of a word. Okay, so I will just, I think Brother Kumar has put up his hand. Yes, Brother Kumar?
Brother, no, I know on this Saturday morning, I just want to ask you a question from previous slide. It was just pricking me. Just if you can go back just for the previous slide.
Previous slide, okay.
Yes, please, if you don't mind, please.
No problem.
The last, the one before the last, the key.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
One before the last on the left side.
This one?
Yes, one before the, yeah, just above, just one.
This one?
Yeah. The first letter is how, because it's the first letter, it's Ra. How do you say that, the first letter?
So I think I had discussed this sometime back, but maybe I will again show you. So for example, see,
that's Ra.
this is Ra, okay?
Yeah.
Control C. I'll just type it next to it so that you can see. Okay. Then next to that, if I type just going to type this. I think when we were writing the letters, I had explained that. Okay, so let's see. Okay. See the amount of gap actually, that is the only thing which differentiates that. Unfortunately, that's the way they write the letter, brother. See, both of them look alike. One is Rava, this is Rava, this one is Ka. The only way you can make out is this Ra, at the bottom part is actually coming inside. There's no gap. The gap is a little less.
Okay.
Here the gap is, the Ra ends and then the verse starts.
Okay.
That's the only way you can distinguish that.
Okay.
Okay. I know
All
it
right.
can be a bit confusing. I think that was something. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I hope. So that is the only way you can distinguish, brother.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry to deviate you from the slides.
No, no problem, no problem. Okay. So that's the Ka and Rava. Okay, so it is a bit, it can be confusing for many, but after a while you get used to it, I would say. Okay. So we will go to, so we were, this Avagraha I was telling, so let me type it. Okay, so Avagraha, so that's the way it's written. So whenever you see it, you understand that it's and generally in classical Sanskrit, it is not pronounced. Okay, it's silent, you could say. Okay, Avagraha. Okay. The next letter is a compound consonant. It's called ismi. Is, and e gives us ismi. The last letter is in. Okay, asmin. So with this, it will be asmin. Okay. Then we'll go to the last or third line, I would say. Jijnasuloka upatishtati chashrame. So we'll start with the first letter, which is G, which is ij plus E makes G. The next letter is a compound consonant, ijna. Okay, is made of three letters, ij, in, which is the fifth letter or the nasal letter in the cha varga, in and a. So ij, nya, jijna. Okay, that's some generally it is there are variations which are used in various regions of India. Many people say igya or igna, but actual pronunciation should be ij. This is a J sound. Ij, nya, jijna. Okay. I think we had discussed this when we were looking at the uh, consonants and pronunciation. So I thought I will just go over that again. The next letter is su. Is plus u gives us su. Okay. The next letter is lo. Il plus o gives us lo. Okay. The next letter is ka. Ik plus a ka. Jij nya su lo ka. Okay. Jij nya su lo ka. The next word is upatishtati. We start with u. It's a simple vowel u. The next letter is pa. Up plus a gives us pa. The next letter is ti. It plus e gives us ti. The next letter is a compound consonant. We must have come across a few times now. By now you may be familiar. I made a mistake there also. Sorry about it. I'll just pause. Okay, it's ish. Okay, it's a cerebral ish. The tongue should be pointed up. Ish, it. That is the fourth one. Fourth one in the ta varga. Sorry, second one in the ta varga with aspiration, extra air. Ish, ta, it, and a. So it should be ish, ta. So the tongue will be completely pointed up. You say ish, then you say it, but with a lot of air. Ish, ta. Okay, ish, ta. The last letter is ti, which is it plus e, ti. Upatishthati. The next letter is cha, which plus a gives us cha. The next letter is ishra, ish, which is a palatal sha. Okay, so I hope you all remember. This is cerebral sha, which is tongue should be pointing up. This is palatal. Okay, the tongue will be actually parallel to the cavity of the mouth or the roof of the mouth, but not touching, like the cha with chevi, the vc is cha. So ish, ir, and a gives us ishra. Okay, chashra. The next letter is me. Plus a gives us me. Then this avagraha again, what we saw, it's the same word actually. The next letter is ismi, is and e, ismi. The last letter is in. Okay. So we looked at all the letters in this verse. I am not going to go through the fourth one, Sri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam, which we have looked at before, so I have not repeated it. We'll go to the next slide. We'll start looking at the meanings of these words. Okay, Shrutva is the first word, which basically means, Shrutva means to hear. If someone has, you have heard something, then it becomes Shrutva. Okay, like I think Gatva, Shrutva means having done that action. Okay, so having done any action means Itva when you add at the end, that means you have done that action. Shru is to listen, hear. Okay, so Itva means having done that action. So after that, so it succeeds a certain action. So you add something called Itva, it is a suffix. Okay, Shrutva means having heard. The next letter, a word is Tavadbhuta. Okay, so there is a sandhi here. There are two distinct words which make the word Tavadbhuta. Okay, first word is Tava. The second word is Adbhuta. Adbhuta. Okay, Tava Adbhuta. Tava means your. Okay, Tvam means you. Tava means your. Aham means me. Mama means mine. Okay, so same with Tava means it's your. It belongs to you. Tava. The next one is Adbhuta. Adbhuta. Okay, which is wonderful, which creates wonderment in us. We can't believe, it's almost miraculous, you can say. Adbhuta. Adbhuta. Wonderful. The next word is charitram akhanda. Akhanda. Okay, charitram akhanda. Here also there are two words. This ma is made of and a. So there are two words. Charitram akhanda. Okay. Charitra means story, history, I think exploits, virtue, deeds, and so on. Means what if someone has done something, the details of that, the person's virtue, all that is covered under the word charitram. Okay. And many people say it can be history also, story, all of that is meant by that word. Okay. You can even say glory also is charitram. The next word is akhanda. Okay. Khanda means broken. If something is broken, it's said khanda. Piece of something which is broken piece is also called khanda. So akhanda means that which is not broken. Okay, unbroken. So that means it's complete, it's full. And it's also, it lasts forever. So there is no change. Okay, unbroken. I think everyone knows akhanda bhajan we talk about for 24 hours continuous bhajan. It's not broken at any point in it. Swami will say that's not akhanda bhajan because after 24 hours you break it. But akhanda means that which is not broken, means it's eternal also it can mean. Okay. Akhanda, unbroken. Kirtim. Okay, this is actually an objective word. It object. Kirti means fame. Kirti means that it becomes an object. Okay, kirtim. So what has happened is Shrutva Tavadbhuta Charitram Akhanda Kirtim. Having heard of your wonderful story, okay, and unbroken fame. Having heard that, okay. So here you can see Charitram, also Charitra is there also it's an object Charitram, okay. Kirtim. So Shrutva Charitram Shrutva or Kirtim Shrutva. Okay, having heard your story, having heard your fame. Okay, so this is the way the first line goes. Then we come to the word Vyaptam Digantara Vishala Dharatalesmin. Vyaptam means that which is spread. Vyapta means just the way that which has spread. Vyapta. Okay. Having known what has spread everywhere. Okay. So I think this way I told you I will talk about, some people use the word vyaptam. So that also has become very well used. So it's very difficult to break, but is it incorrect? I don't think so. Because see, if you look at the previous slide, I'm going back. So we are talking about two things. One is charitram, the other one is kirtim. Charitram is neuter. Okay, it can be neuter, means that which either the gender of the word. Okay, sorry. Kirti actually is a feminine gender word. Okay. So if you say what has spread everywhere means, if you say Kirti has spread means it's a feminine word. So the Vyaptam can become Vyaptam, which becomes an adjective of that. So many people can be using it that way also. But then you can say, is the Charitram not spread everywhere? So that means if Charitram and Kirtim have spread everywhere, then the Vyaptau actually you should say, okay. But the word which is used is Vyaptam. That's my preference. Vyaptam is also equally good. So I will not go into technical details. Why I have chosen this is because it's not only Kirti which has spread, which not only Charitram which has spread, you have also spread. You have spread. Your word has spread. So people have experienced you. Like there are stories of Swami suddenly appearing in some part of the world to a devotee to give darshan. Okay, so that means people have heard of that also. Because they have seen you there, then they come to you because you have spread everywhere. Okay, so that one who has spread also. So vyapta means that which is spread, means that entity which is spread. Okay, having heard of that, having listened to that entity, like Swami suddenly appears somewhere and speaks to somebody, means they have heard that Swami's word. Or in a dream, they have seen Swami and then they come. So I thought it denotes all that. So you have spread, so they have heard you and they have come. Okay. Vyaptam. Okay. So one who has spread also you can say. The next word is Tigantara. Okay. This is a sandhi again, made of two words, dik plus antara. Ik and a becomes ga. You may think what it is, so I will cover that a little later. A type of sandhi. I think there was some interest in sandhi, so hereafter I will go. I don't want to have one whole session of sandhi, but wherever I come across, I will spend a little bit of time. So that way you become familiar with it. Digantara. Dik plus antara. Ik plus a becomes ga. Dik means direction. North, south, east, northeast. These are directions. Dik. Antara means different or various. We also looked at the word antara before, Deshantara. So various countries, different countries. Okay, they are. Here different directions. So here various directions. So in this case, Vyaptam, you have spread in all directions. Okay, the Lord has spread in all directions. Vishala. Vishala means this expansive, the vast. Actually, I should use the word vast also. Okay. Vast, Vishala. The next word is Dhara Tale Asmin. Okay, as I told you, it's Sandhi. There are two words, Dhara Tale, and Asmin. So this A is the one which becomes, I think I will highlight it so that, okay, so this has become that. Okay, this Avagraha is the A. So first we look at the word Dhara Tale. Dhara Tale, that also actually there are two words which come together to make that one. Okay. Dhara Tale. I think now this one is not right. I will just remove this. Okay. So Dhara means earth. Dhara means earth. Tale on the surface. Tala. So Tala means surface. Tale means on the surface. So Vishala Dharatale, in this surface of this entire world, earth, you have spread. So you have spread, Vyaptaha, Digantara in all directions on this in this vast expansive surface of this earth. Okay. The word Aspin I have covered in the next slide, so I will just leave it for now. Okay. Because Aspin comes in two different places, so I have not given a meaning here, just because it was getting too crowded. Okay, Asmin. I will deal with it in the next slide. So that means you. Okay, in this way I have given the meaning is, you have spread in all directions in this vast, expansive surface of earth. This Thala also means the lower regions of the world are also called Thala. Okay. Bhutala, Atala, Patala, like that. Sutala, so Vitala. So these are lower regions of worlds are always use the word Thala. Okay, Swarga and all of them, they were Loka, we will say Lokam, but Patala, Loka, those are given the word Thala. That means they also means lower regions. Okay. So God has descended, Swami has descended, so Thala is used. The word Thala is used. Okay. Dharatale. Jijnasuloka upatishtati chashramesmin. Okay, the first, this also two words are there, though it's a compound word which is called a samasa. I think I have discussed before. The first one is jignasu. Jignasu means one who seeks knowledge. Okay. Because in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is talking about 4 different types of devotees. One is Arti, one who has all troubles, personal problems. There's bodily problems, you are suffering, or you feel weak. Such a person is Arti. They also pray to God. Then Artha means people who want success in life, where you want more money, more wealth, you want to study, you want to have a job, you want to have property. All that comes under Artha. Artha means wealth, Arthi means who yearn for that. Then the third category are called Jignasu, people who want to study, who want to read, who want to improve their knowledge of the Lord. They are called Jignasu. Okay. So they are knowledge seekers. Loka means a group or people. People who are Jignasus. So Jignasu Loka. So it becomes one contingent of people. Okay. It is singular then. A group of knowledge seekers. Okay. Upatishtati. We had already looked up the word tishtati. Tishtati means to stand, to wait, and so on. Upatishtati means, Upa stands for near. They come close. Okay. That means they come from far, they have come close to you. Upatishtati, they come and wait near. Maybe they stand near the building or something like that, near Swami. The next word is also there's a sandhi, chashra mesmin. There's actually 3 words. Cha means and. In Sanskrit, cha means and. Ashrame. Ashrama means ashram, a place of a hermitage, you can say. Ashrame means in that ashrama. Asmin. Asmin means in this. Asmin means this. Okay. So what's happening is all these people who have heard of you in the previous lines, if you see, they've heard your story, they've heard your fame, they've heard you who is spread in every part of the world. Okay. Having heard that, they have come and they're standing near, they're waiting near in this ashrama. Okay. Ashram means where actually there's no work. You cannot say. You don't have any troubles. No troubles actually bother you. Shrama means a difficulty, problem, work, all that is Shrama. Ashram means without any worries, cares, without any troubles, a place where we are like that, that place is called Ashrama. Means where you don't have any worries, fears, no troubles. Okay. So they are all waiting. So basically, Jignasu Loka, people who are knowledge seekers, they have heard your story, Charitram, They've heard your kirti, your fame. They've heard you. And they have come and they're waiting near in this ashrama. So, O Lord, this is your divine morning. Okay, that's the call to the Lord. It also means that by seeking knowledge, by patiently waiting, perseverance, the divinity in us also can blossom. So every verse, if you see, actually it is, though it's addressed to the Lord, it's also addressed to the divinity within. And it is just stating that is not necessarily the right thing. Actually, Suprabhatam gives us the instructions of what we have to do so that the divinity in us can become manifest. So it can rise up. So that is this. So each, actually, if you look at each of the verses so far, we have to do something. The first one, Tvannama Kirtan. So the first one is Chitravati Tata. There you say you do serve. Sevaka Jana. That means we should serve the Lord. Then the second one, Tvannama Kirtana. You have to sing to the Lord. Then you come and talk about Pada Puja. Means you worship Him. Then you chant about Vedokta Mantra Patanena. You study the Vedas and what is stated. That means what Swami has said is also Veda. So we have to study that. Here also, we should seek knowledge. Swami always says, I have come to give you something, but you all asking for something, so I give you what you ask, so that you will ask for what I want to give, which is nothing but knowledge. The real wisdom which Swami had come to give us. So we have to do that. Then the Lord will manifest. So that's the meaning of this verse. So we've covered the verse. So I will just touch upon some Sandhi rules which we came across. Okay. I hope you all are fine with it. This is called Vyanjana Sandhi. Vyanjana, I don't know if you all remember, Vyanjana is the name for a consonant. Swara is the name for a vowel. Vyanjana is the name for consonant in Sanskrit. Vyanjana Sandhi means there are Swara Sandhis, there are vowels also come together to make Sandhi. So in this, we had seen, I will go back. So in this case, Tava Adbhuta, U plus A, that A plus A becomes A. That is called a Swara Sandhi because A is a vowel. So the one coming from this, at the end of this word is a vowel, U plus A, and A, that becomes a Swara Sandhi. Okay, Swara means vowel. A vowel Sandhi is this. Okay. In this case, you can say a consonant and a vowel. Plus A. Okay, that becomes Ma. So which is just like any other consonant. But in this case, Vyanjana is the first. So you can say Vyanjana is the first letter. Okay. So that Vyanjana is the one which is changing. The consonant is changing. So that is why it's called a Vyanjana Sandhi. One type of Vyanjana Sandhi. There are many. I'm just going to touch this. So when a word ends with the first Vyanjana of any Varga. So Varga means, I hope you all remember, there are 5 Vargas. Ka, Cha, Ta, Ta, Pa. Ka, Ka, Ga, Gha, Nga. Cha, Cha, Ja, Ja, Nya. Ta, Ta, Da, Da, Na. Ta, Ta, Dha, Dha, Na. Pa, Pa. Bha, Pa, Pa. Ba, Bha, Ma. Okay, these are the 5 Vargas. Okay. So the first letter in each of them, if that is followed by any swara, that means a, e, any vowel, it becomes the third vyanjana. So if you take ka varga, the third letter is ig. In the case of cha varga, the third one is ja. Ta varga, third one is da. Ta varga, the third one is da. Pa varga, the third one is ba. So it becomes, so when that letter is followed by a vowel, then it becomes the third letter in that varga. Ik plus becomes ig, ich plus ich becomes ij, it becomes id, it becomes d, up becomes ub. Okay. So we'll look at some examples. You may come across these, so I thought I will show them to you. So this sandhi, the name is called Jastva Sandhi. For anyone interested, the terminology is not necessary, but if somebody wants to know, it's called Jastva Sandhi. Okay, Jastva Sandhi, Udaharanah. Udaharanah means examples. Okay, the first example I will have is Vak plus Ishaha. Vak means speech. Ishaha means Lord. Vak Ishaha becomes Vagishaha. So this ik becomes ig, the third letter. And then with this E, it becomes gi. So Vak plus Isha becomes Vagishaha. Okay. I think for your highlight, it will be nice, I think. Okay, it's okay. I'll just, yeah, it's not letting me highlight. No problem. So the next example is Chit plus Ambara. Chit is consciousness. Ambara, there are 2-3 meanings. Ambara means clothes which we wear. Ambara also can mean space. Okay, space is also Ambara. This Chit, Ambara, in that the it and a together makes the Chidambara. Okay, Chit plus Ambara becomes Chidambara. Okay, the next word is Dik plus Ambara. We have already looked at Antara, Dik Andara. Here is Ambara. I am using the word Ambara. Dik plus Ambara become Digambara. I think everyone knows Digambara. One who is Digambara means the directions becomes his clothes. That means generally people who are naked. Naked sannyasis are called Digambara sannyasis. It also means the space is Ambara also means space. So some people take it as clothes. Some people take it as space. So in all sides there is space. Digambara. The next example is Chit plus Ananda, whereas It plus A becomes Da, Chidananda. Okay, like Satchidananda. Chit Ananda becomes Chidananda. But the word is Chit. Sat, Chit, and Ananda become Satchidananda. Okay, Chidananda. So It plus A becomes Da. So these are some sandhis which you come across. So you may have come across these words. So I thought I will provide these examples so that you are familiar with the grammatical rules in Sanskrit and how these words evolve. So I think that's all I had to cover today. If there are questions on anything, happy to answer. Yes, Brother Vimalesan, go ahead.
Sairam. Now, I just want to a little bit more clear about the avagraha. You said, is it that word come from Vakra gets Vakra, that's why it's a Vakra.
No. So word Vakra means, brother, something which is reversing. It's okay, which is not straight.
Straight.
So Vakra means that's the meaning. But in this, I don't think it, because this is Graha, okay? That is Ikra, okay? I don't think it comes from that. I will have to do my own research. It's good that you asked. I will do a little more research to give the exact meaning of the word.
Yeah, so it's not that, okay.
It is not. That's my understanding. But I know you are right. It's curved, so you can say, but it's avagraha. I will have to come back to you on that. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you.
See, sometime when you all ask questions only, I will also go and study and do some research. Because sometimes, we use these words and we have not paid too much attention. I will take a look at it and I will share it at the next session, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
I guess there's no questions. I don't know whether, you all, is it too much material, or I can, increase the amount of material also. I thought this enough to people to take home. That's why I didn't spend too much time, or too much material I didn't add. If everyone is fine with this pace and the amount of material, then it's okay. There seem to be no questions. So the questions are becoming lesser and lesser. I don't know whether I'm losing you all, or that's fine.
It's good.
Yes, Sister Vani wants Ashtotram. Yes, sister. After this, I will do Ashtotram. We have Sita. We in now 2 more weeks, I think we'll complete Suprabhatam, and then we will start with Ashtotram. I think I will cover about 4 or 5 Ashtotrams every week, and then we should be fine. That will take us 20 weeks to go. Maybe I will increase the number of Ashtotrams. We'll see. Okay, so if there are no questions, actually I'm giving you a half an hour back. We will meet next week. There were quite a few corrections on the deck. I will be again saving it. Sorry, if for those who have printed it, I think I made a few corrections. I will just point them out again once again. If you don't want to print it, I think here this the I had not put the right. See, this is the wrong one. I had corrected it. I will say this is not right. Okay, it should be this plus. Okay, so this is a mistake. I just mark it. That has to be replaced. And this also was wrong. Okay, in this it's corrected. So those two were wrong. So I will fix them. And I think I put the word avagraha also. So I will save it. So you can take a look at it. Maybe I will put the meaning of avagraha also somewhere, if you all want to take a look at it. And that's it for now. Okay. Sai Ram. Thank you very much. Thanks for the feedback, sisters. Yes, Brother Dasan, you have something to say?
Yeah, Sharam brother, the speed, whatever you are going through is a perfect one. So don't increase the speed. Our age is like that, not like young age or anything. So that is perfect. And other one, if you have time, every day we do that one more mantra, the Brahmapanam, the small one. If you have time, we can do that too. Thank you.
Sure. Brahmarpanam and Aham Vaishwanaro.
Thank
Food
you.
prayers. Yes. That I will cover. Yes. Now the whole prayer purpose is to give you enough information, so any sadhana you are doing, you can do it with a bit more understanding. That's the whole idea. So I'm just giving you sufficient details, which is good enough to continue what you're doing with a bit more understanding. Okay, so with those words, I think we can close today's session with Samastaloka. Can you chant today material reading? Okay, I see. So I will go and chant. Okay, I will chant. I think that request came. So I think I will do that. So we will just chant the two verses. I think that's also good. So I will chant and then I will leave a space and you can chant if it's okay. So we'll start with Deshantara. Deshantaragata Budhastava Divyamurtim Sandarshanabhirati Samyutachittavritya Vedokta Mantra Pathanena Lasantyajasram Shri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam Shrutva Tavadbhuta Charitramakhanda Kirtim Vyaptam Digantara Vishaladharataleऽस्मिन् Jijnasuloka Upatishthati Chashramesmin Shri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam. Okay, thank you very much. We will close with Samastaloka. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sai Ram everyone.